This video is here to address the whole The Verge PC build and the scandal that followed. I will not be using a single piece of their content, including the video or written segments from their articles, to avoid any unwanted copyright claims or issues. However, some screenshots will be used to aid with the subject. The latest scandal is regarding the copyright takedown of the video from the popular YouTuber Kyle with the channel name BitWit, formerly known as Awesome Sauce Network. 5 months after Kyle released a video about criticizing in a humoristic manner the PC build guide, an article from The Verge, the video was disabled with a takedown claimed from the parent company of The Verge. Following this action, multiple tech channels came to the help of BitWit. This includes Paul's Hardware, Gamers Nexus and Techie City, also Hardware Canucks. Other famous YouTube channels also disapproved of the action made by The Verge. Now that you know the latest of this saga, let's go back to the original video, the PC build guide. That was removed, but the article on their website is alive and well. The issue with this so-called guide was that it presented misinformations in terms of component placement as well as installation procedures. The misinformation can lead to the failure of the PC to boot or even damage certain components. Other issues include using the wrong screws for the radiator of the CPU cooler, installing the RAM sticks on the wrong DIMM slots on the motherboard, thus the memory was not utilized at its full potential, and also certain motherboards would downright refuse to work with the RAM installed like the way they presented it. One major issue was the overusage of thermal compound on the CPU surface, and essentially claiming that the pre-applied thermal compound that is present on most CPU coolers is not sufficient. There were other issues as well, such as installing the power supply backwards with the fan facing the motherboard tray and thus starving the motherboard of precious airflow and cooling. This results in the internal components of a power supply running at a higher temperature than required. One of the most notable issues was, however, the installation of the CPU block on the CPU itself, using 3 screws instead of 4. Honest mistake or not, this is something that must not be present in a guide aimed at beginners. Not using all the screws means that the cooling of the CPU was inadequate, to say the least. The latest episode of this saga, with BitWit getting a takedown claim, has put the PC and tech communities against The Verge, the publication showing no concern for the livelihood of Kyle and his family, and also showing a severe lack of self-awareness. Instead of admitting that there were some issues to be found in their build guide, they instead choose to attack anyone that dared to question them, claiming various incidents, such as death threats on the internet or other insults that shall not be named because, well, I do not want to or need a takedown claim. The editor-in-chief of The Verge made the claim that everyone, including Kyle, that made videos about their PC building guide and thus criticizing them, should have contacted him or someone at The Verge prior to those videos being uploaded, and to this our very own Steve Berg from Gamer Nexus asked him if he bothered to contact Kyle and Review Tech USA before taking down their videos, because such a statement is quite ironic to say the least. The bottom line is that this type of behavior is the main reason for me not making a video about this now infamous PC building guide, because as a small channel, a copyright strike will have a higher effect, and because I am not a US citizen or resident, disputing a claim like this on legal ways is much more expensive. This means that if I were to make several videos about this subject, and if all of them were to be taken down using the copyright strike system, my channel, small as it is, will cease to exist and all my work so far would have been in vain. In the end, offering constructive criticism to someone should not put your livelihood at risk, because as I've said before, behavior like this can prevent many people that do not have the means to fight these takedown or copyright claims from creating content that adds value to the whole platform, and more importantly, that can offer a new perspective on a subject. This video was mainly a too long didn't read regarding the whole situation. As of now, the strikes on the BitWit and Review Tech USA channels have been removed, and this is the most important thing for me. I will not make a video regarding the PC building guide of The Verge, as I do not want to waste any more of my time and resources on a video that might get removed anyway and will affect my channel in the future.